Life as We Know It with Tom Walton.
A recent email from a reader of my Blade column was a bit confrontational. If you're so smart, he asked, why don't you become an advice columnist? Instead of lamenting the world's problems, he said, why not solve a few? Certainly a noble thought and worth a shot. So here's my first effort. See what you think. Dear Tom, I'm at wit's end. My husband says he loves me, but he hates my dog. Last night he told me it's either him or the dog. What do I do? Signed, Flummoxed in Finley. Well, dear Flummoxed, dogs are adorable, aren't they? Occasionally, so are husbands. Get rid of the one that makes the bigger mess and keep the other one. Dear Tom, I found my husband's wedding ring under the driver's seat of his Escalade, along with a receipt from the Hampton Inn. Should I contact a lawyer? Signed, Suspicious in Sylvania. Dear Suspicious, absolutely reach out to an attorney and make sure you get the Escalade. Dear Tom, my wife loves Kamala. I'm a Trump guy. How can I keep peace in the family? Signed, Perplexed in Perrysburg. Dear Perplexed, are you better looking than Kamala? If so, keep your mouth shut. Dear Tom, my girlfriend has a voracious appetite, and not for food, if you know what I mean. She's a sweetheart, but I don't believe some of her suggestions are appropriate for a guy my age. Any advice? Signed, Fearful in Fostoria. Dear Fearful, I'm not sure what you want to hear, but never do anything you would have to explain to the paramedics. Dear Tom, I need your help. I've fallen in love with a young tennis pro who's half my age. What should I do? Signed, Smitten in Sandusky. Dear Smitten, your first mistake was falling in love with a tennis player. Love means nothing to a tennis player. Get out now. Dear Tom, I'm getting older and I don't trust my balance. My doctor said to put a bar in my shower. Will it help? Signed, Hopeful in Holgate. Dear Hopeful, of course it will help. I suggest a nice Merlot and, for safety's sake, a straw. Dear Tom, my wife and I argue every time we drive somewhere on a trip. I rely on my instincts while my wife insists I use the GPS. Can you suggest a compromise? Signed, Torn in Toledo. Dear Torn, hey, you're a man. I'm a man. The compromise is obvious. Ignore the GPS. Do, however, take note of the Bridge Out sign just ahead to the right. Dear Tom, my husband thinks you are a know-it-all and believes you need a dose of humility. I say you are just misunderstood. Well, my question is he right or am I? Signed, Ornery in Oregon. Dear Ornery, yes.
Life as We Know It is written and hosted by Tom Walton and is a production of WGTE Public Media. Life as We Know It with Tom Walton can be heard on WGTE FM 91 every Monday afternoon during All Things Considered at 5:44 p.m. Or hear past episodes at wgte.org/life.